So friends, for day 5, yesterday during our day 4 live session, I also discussed, and after the session, some of you friends asked me on social media, specifically, that in real life, nobody asks from you to get the data from a specific table or column. Mostly it never happens. Uh, Only the thing is that they ask you a question and you have to decide, because you. Now let's begin with our day 5, shall we? Day 5 is on question 1, no hints mode. Okay, you understood the assignment? The business question. How many customers? So to solve this query, I have selected the gender. Okay, I have selected the gender, and then I have counted all the customers, because we have a how many phrase here. Okay, so I have selected all the customers, and it will count all the rows here, and I would refer to these counting or this aggregation as total customers. And from the obviously customer table, which is also our dimension table, and then we will be group when then we will group by those aggregates into two different gender categories, male and female. Now after pasting our query to ChatGPT, the results were clean, confident, and correct. This is exactly how a 5 no hint query should look. Review of your query. Review my query. Correct aggregation logic, proper group by, correct use of heavy, not where, business requirement fully met. Micro optimization. Okay, optional but not required. Having count star greater than 5000. Both are valid. Now moving to question 2 of day 5. There are no hints, obviously. So the business question. The business question is as phrased. What is the average income for each gender? Now I have selected this query for question 2. It was quite easy. So what I did was I selected gender, and I selected, first of all, I selected the table, which is the dimension table customer, and then from there I selected the gender. Obviously I need gender, and then the average of the yearly income is average income, and then I grouped them by gender, and after that I applied the condition which was asked of me, that having average yearly income greater than 60,000. Okay, so when I control shift E I pressed, so there is no answer here. Now one thing which we have learned before, that there is a concept of zero error. That means that your query is right, but when it does not exist in the data, so it does not show you any result. After pasting it, ChatGPT says that's a clean hit. Day 5 muscle memory is kicking in. Yes, it is. So why this is correct? Because of the proper use of average for aggregation. Now, question 3. No hints, slightly harder. Business question. For each occupation, how many customers do we have? Only show. So to solve this question, I have break down the question into 3 basic parts. First was the occupation, and second was the total customers, and the third was the average income for each occupation. So what I have done, first I have written the table name from which we are going to be getting our data, which is from customer table, which is the dimension table, and from that customer table we have selected the first column, which is the English occupation. Then we have counted the total customers. Okay, and then we have also calculated the average income for all. After that error, we learned that where our mistake was, so we went back to the drawing board. The order query remained the same. We just changed the yearly income from the average yearly income into just yearly income. Okay, so we got the results. We got occupation, you can see professional, management, professional. Now let's put it into ChatGPT, and I thought that because we write the query correct, there was no problem with the syntax. We also got the result. My query was correct, but ChatGPT says that nice attempt. This is very close. The mistake you made is actually great learning moment, perfect for a live stream. Okay. Review of my query is reviewing my query. Okay. from the Michigan customer. Okay, English occupation, yearly income. Okay, okay. The issue important. You should not group by yearly income. Okay. Why should I not do that? Why? Because the business question is for each occupation. Okay, so by grouping level must be occupation only. When you add yearly income to group by, you are no longer grouping by occupation, you are grouping by occupation plus income, which breaks the logic. Okay, so yearly income was not required, it was only the English occupation would have been. After learning our mistake from ChatGPT, we removed the yearly income. Now, so this is our result, professional and management. Okay, before when we added yearly income, there were a lot of rows. Now we only have only the occupations, professional and management. There are two specific occupations, and we have the total customers and their average income. Okay, all right. For the English occupation. Day 5, question 4. No hints final for today. Business question. Which customer education levels have more than 1,000 customers? What is the so to solve the question 4, which was the final for today, we selected the dimension for which is our customer table. Okay, and then we selected the English education as the education level. Okay, and and after that we counted all of the people, counted all the rows as total customers, and then because we were already asked, we were also asked for the average income, so we also took the average for the yearly income as average income. And then what does ChatGPT says? Excellent, calm, correct. This is exactly how day 5 closing query should look like. Review of your query. Why this is right. Count aggregation, count average, correct grouping level education, correct use of having for aggregated. Day 5 is officially completed. Thinking in business questions, translating into aggregation, group by versus having, clean separation, avoid overgrouping of the. Anyways, guys, this is it for today. Uh, this is it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed all the 4 questions and the discussion, the tips which were given to us by ChatGPT. And